The Calling, written by me. What is the calling? What does the soul say? We transform who we are every day. We transmute this energy in every way. We get lost in the thought. We get lost in the mundane. We must remember how to maintain. Shed the mask and don't fear to ask. Spirit is here, so lose your fear. Here to help wipe your tears. To hold you when you feel weak. And to remind you that you aren't meek. Here is your message from Jesus to remember why you weep. I am the good shepherd giving his life for his sheep. He offers protection and safety while in his keep. Trust in the timing, trust in the divine. I will protect you and do all things in good time. Hi guys, welcome to episode 4 on Mystical Reads by the Fae. Hope we're all doing fantastic. It's been absolutely beautiful this week. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to call upon Saint Michael. Saint Michael, protect me and my collective viewers from any and all transgressions projected onto me and the collective. Saint Michael, please guide me to speak the truth and only the truth to help mend and heal any and all evil doers. And rebuke him in Christ's name. I lost my place there. Sorry. Anyway, so I was saying I hope you're all doing great. You've had a great week. So for this week's episode is titled Free Yourself. It's a really deep title for me. Absolutely. I had some awakenings this week, so I've been prompted to do more shadow work. So really this is a hardcore look into my shadow work. This is some hardcore truth. So here we go. I'm tired of hurting me. That is the moment you step out of victim. You haven't been a victim, but merely an accomplice in the story. They did this to you, yes. But did you allow it? Did you let it all transpire? Self-acceptance plays a key role in healing. Once we accept what we have allowed and what our part was in it, we truly begin to understand and set ourselves free. What did we allow to happen? My story. Here we go. Age 27. Clearly remember it like it was yesterday. I'm married, very unhappy, had 2 kids. Then I met her. She was my heroine. At the time, I was young and confused. I fell blindly into the clutches. I had no idea what a horrible demon she possessed. I chose to be naive. I didn't know anything about addictions. Sure, I smoked weed. Sure, I'd done a little bit of coke. A lot of coke. Don't let me lie. You know, I've been a shitty person. I've been a shitty person to my family, my mother especially. Okay. Sure, I smoked weed, but didn't really, know anything about pain pills or heroin, or even meth for that fact. I've just been coke and weed at that point. So this starts a whole new journey in life. Yeah, sure, she just got out of rehab. What's so hard about living the sober life, right? I can support her. I can keep her sober. I can keep her safe. I can keep her healthy. I can take care of my 2 children too, and my sick mother. And work a full-time job? Yeah, let's do this. Boy, what a funny thought. What the fuck was I thinking? Here goes the next 12 years of my life. Sorry, guys. How well did I master the art of that? Everything and everyone had to be happy, had to be taken care of. It was my responsibility, right? Right? That's what I signed up for. My heroine start was off great. She was sober for a year. Then one night I hear my mother screaming from the bedroom, "Phaedra, she's stolen my pills." I jump out of bed. And she's standing there like a deer in headlights. And I clearly remember hitting her. How fucking dare you? You're in my house. You're in my house with my kids and my sick mother, and you're going to steal? So, gave her the ultimatum. You go back to rehab. And you can come back. So I took her back where I found her. In rehab. And no, I was not in rehab. We met on MySpace. My God, MySpace. Hello, red flags. You look great hanging on every wall in my house. We allow our choices. We allow our choices to navigate our current situations. I made a very poor choice, directly putting my children, my mother, and myself in harm's way. Things were good for a while. We looked like a happy lesbian family. So proud. So proud. Hindsight's 2020. For 5 years, we both did really fucking good. We went to church. Went to Wednesday studies. My kids were in sports. Money was flowing in. Things were good. And then when I started getting closer with God, that's when the turmoil started. You know how they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. When God's away, the devil will play. And play he did. So I began questioning my faith. Decided to get rebaptized. This would be the 3rd time in my life that I've been baptized. Why? I don't know. But it was a turning point in my home. The toxicity, the relationship just fell apart. It crumbled. And there really wasn't, I think it was just a lot of mirroring that was going on. I was insecure. I didn't feel right. I didn't feel right being with her. And I told her that, I'm questioning myself and my sexuality, and if I'm doing is pure and logical and moral to me. So we split up. And this was where an abrupt change happened. Started dating a capital douchebag. Whew. Toxic, karmatic fuck. It was great. The first month, 2 months. Sex was awesome. The love bombing was awesome. Let me say that. The love bombing was awesome. The gaslighting was awesome. In that moment, it makes you feel like you're everything.
But in that moment, you also have to realize that you're a victim of their prey made by your choices. Your choice put you in that situation. They say God uses you to, or uses people to get you to certain things to learn. And who would have thought that something that happened 12 years ago would bring me such immense pain today? This relationship with Mr. Douchebag was awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Lied, stole, cheated. Got me hooked on pain pills. Which it was my choice to take them, but it was his choice to offer them. So, yeah, I chose to abandon my children. I chose to abandon them to my mother who lived downstairs. I mean, I didn't go far. I still did what I needed to do. But my kids didn't. They didn't get a fair chance. Because their stable world was tore upside down by me. By me and my codependency. And my needing to feel wanted and accepted. So, wow, okay, shit got real. I was love bombed, gaslit. Okay, made him feel worthless. I just cling to the illusions that he truly loved me, that he was good for me, hoping and praying he would someday see my worth. I played chaser in this relationship. But what was I chasing after? I was chasing after to be belittled, battered, to live in fear, to live in abuse. I was drinking, I was getting high, I was doing whatever I could to stay numb and to make myself feel that it was okay. I'm ashamed of who I had become. I'm ashamed. Oh, and that year I broke my fucking foot. In the middle of walking up the stairs. That was great. Super Bowl Sunday 2013, shit really got fucking real. I always wanted to meet the stars. But never, ever did I think I would meet my stars that way. Nothing better than being 1234 on the climber. Nothing better than being pinned down to the ground and choked the fuck out until you pass out. And you walk into your oldest screaming, Mom, Mom. The police showed up. And what did the codependent woman do? I'm fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine. You don't have to take him, it's fine. Super Bowl Sunday, 2013. The Rams got their ass kicked that year. Oh no, I'm sorry. Green Bay lost that year. I'm sorry. So after the game, capital D-bag douche decided he was going to take a whole bottle of Flexeril. And I let him. I watched him. I watched him at that point. Why should I care? You literally just try to fucking kill me. $14:14 on my timer. I prayed. And I prayed hard. Hard. When I finally decided to get up and call the ambulance, he was foaming at the mouth. I spent the next 5 days at his fucking side, praying for him. Thank God, God intervened. Because I would have brought his fucking ass back home. Like, what the fuck? Like, who thinks they can fix fucking crazy? You can't fix fucking crazy. He never came back to my house. Besides that one time when he showed up to get his insurance check from totaling my car, that I inadvertently lied to the police and said that I was driving. Oh, codependent Phaedra. I said I was driving that car. I got in trouble for falsifying police records. Obviously. Duh. You dumbass. What kind of fucking choices are you making, Noelle? So, yeah. Sorry about that. I had a phone call, a couple phone calls. So let's jump right back in. We'll just title this part 2 of Free Yourself. I know I'd left off with I had spent the next 3 months alone. And ultimately, me and Miss Heroin rekindled. We moved back in together. Guess what? That was mistake number 10. Number 1,222. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So at this point, we're both using pretty heavily, regularly, every day, twice, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. I had obtained 2 prescriptions of pain pills, so there's plenty to go around, plenty for me to keep her out of the streets, or so I thought. She ultimately just stole those from me. Going through her purse one time and found a needle and a syringe. Well, a needle, a syringe, same thing, and a spoon. And my codependent, naive self chose to believe that she was holding it for her friend at work. It's amazing how we turn a blind eye to the things that hurt us the most. How, as I sit here today, and I'm just like, how did I do that? How did I allow that? Being where I am today, there's no way in hell I would allow that. Growth. Being able to identify what I was dependent on, who I was dependent on, because I really wasn't dependent on myself. I mean, I have this sense of radical independence, but that's a childhood trauma. That's many traumas. That's not just childhood. Radical independence, being told to, you can do it. You can do it. You want to be a big girl? You can do it. You want to be a big boy? You want to be a big man? You got to do it all by yourself. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you.
Yeah, radical independence. You know, it also gives us a sense of that we have to take care of everybody, that we are the one that they have to depend upon. I have to have the power. I got to know what's going on in this relationship. So we found the needle and the spoon in her purse. And, you know, let me just hang that red flag up in the kitchen. It'll look good right above there, right above the kitchen stove. Yeah, I was that freaking gullible. I watched everything. My mother first. My mother walked out of that house first and left me and my children sitting there with a heroin addict. I lost my children. They were both suicidal, both depressed, self-harming. Week after week, after day after day after day, I had them babies in therapy and in counseling because of my fuck up, because of my choices. My choices. 4:44 on my timer. My choices brought them harm. I harmed my family. I've done some shitty things to my family. To my mother, to my brothers, to the family I don't even speak to. I've done them horrible because I don't speak to them. They don't want nothing but to love me. And I don't speak to them. Fear. Codependency. It's amazing the things that we will accept for self-acceptance or to be accepted by others. I shouldn't say self-acceptance because that's your job. That's your job to heal yourself. We hang on to codependency because we want to feel loved. We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel safe. But in reality, we're none of those things. None of them. We sit there in grief and despair, pain. It's a horrible feeling. And I know one damn thing. I will never feel that way again. I know they say never say never, but I wish a motherfucker would at this point in time. One narcissist after one narcissist after one narcissist after one narcissist. I have two good people in that situation, too. One whom I ran to get away from the heroin addict. And we just wasn't on the same page. 7:07 on my time clock. Me and her just wasn't on the same page. But I can say today that we are friends. She's a friend. You know, and the other one's the most recent. And when you meet somebody that can mirror your past traumas to help you heal from it, embrace that fucking shit. Because it's not ever going to happen again. Somebody that can open your eyes to a situation that played out in your previous relationship just by over an incident
And it brings complete understanding and acceptance and love. Hold that shit. Because you're not going to find anything like that again. You're not going to find that one soul that's going to trigger that one trauma for you to heal. And that's all. If that's all that will ever be, then that's all that will ever be. He will be my friend forever. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't supposed to cry on this. But healing is healing. And if I can give you guys hope and a direction to go and a new light to see in, please take that. Please take that. Like, I wrote out a 6-page 6 pages for you guys, and I've completely gone off script. So lost in our addictions. 2 scripts of pills a day, enabling her thinking I had control over situation, but all I kept doing was feeding that monster that lived inside her and that lives inside me. I've done some very kind things for people in my life. You know, I've co-signed for cars that have been repossessed because of drugs. This last one is out gallivanting in her fucking car, and your karma's coming. Your karma's coming. Your tower moment's coming. I'm still going through tower moments. Yeah, 22 years later, and I'm still repeating patterns. Repeating patterns. But you know what's different this time around? I know what not to do. I know what not to accept. I know that I can trust my intuition, that she's telling me the truth. We all choose to be codependent, fears, anxieties. We choose to allow the narcissist to have control, to accept the abuse, to live in our lack mentality, to live with no self-worth, to live in fear, to live in stress, to be depressed, and to be alone. We choose that shit. We choose it. Spirit says, stop. Now is the time. You have been tested and came back to the divine. Your battles are over. I know it's been a long time. Now sit and rest and put your knowledge to the test. Use your voice to only bless and speak your truths. Be clear and mindful and serve with only good intent. Blessed are the peacemakers, for thou shalt be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. Blessed are the peacemakers. Not the ones that cause the turmoil in your life. Not the ones that wish you bad will. You know, God forgives us. He'll forgive them. But they have to forgive themselves first. If you can't forgive yourself, you can't start healing. If you can't start healing, you have no self-worth. What are you living for? The pain? The sorrow? Is that what you want in life? You want to be miserable every day? Can I just remind you that hurt people hurt people? Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people. One self, one love, one you, one God. You guys can love me, you can hate me. I don't care. I'm doing my job that was assigned to me at birth. The job that I chose to come here and do, which was heal the conscious collective. Which to show you guys a way out of pain and sorrow through my experiences. You know, stop chain smoking and smoking booze. Stop walking their circles in your room. You're trying to fight the demons that you fight on the daily. And you definitely feel like you're going crazy. Yeah. Oh, goodness, guys. This has really been emotional for me. I didn't expect it to be this emotional. But it is. So, yeah. Remember, we choose our destiny. We choose what happens in the next 5 minutes. We are in control. We're the one driving the ship. Put your ego down. Tell your ego to get the fuck out of your head. He has no business there. I can tell you one of the most comforting things I have found in the last 4 months, 5 months, 6 months is just being able to sit in utterly complete silence and not a thought run across my head. That's what I call being at peace. That's the most gracious thing that anybody could ever give me. Especially after all the turmoil, sexual abuse, misunderstandings, feeling not worthy. You know, I've been blessed with the gift of silence. I've been stripped of my fears. I've been stripped of my worries. And I can't do nothing but thank God for it. And those people that helped get me here today. I hope this can shine some light on something for you guys. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. If you want a tarot card reading, just reach out to me. I'm not doing nothing but enjoying my silence. Mending and healing and transmuting as I need to. Thank you for allowing me to take the time today, and thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I hope you guys are well. I hope the rest of your day is blessed. And I hope the divine protects all of you guys. And listen to yourself. If you got a calling, listen to that calling, because that calling's going to bring you greatness. I promise.